Awesome. So today we've got another episode of the Becoming Cosmically You podcast. And today I'm super excited because we've got Veronika here. And I was just reading your application, Veronika, and I believe we're going to be talking about some star seedy stuff. So I'm always really, really happy when I've got someone else who I can speak to and connect with about this kind of stuff above 3D. So I don't know if you want to introduce yourself and let people know like who you are, what you do.
Yeah, I think it would be pleasure, and thank you for having me today. So I am a soul reader, and I started my soul reading career after leaving traditional IT job. So I used to be project manager and musician, and then I felt that my calling is somewhere else a little bit. So I started reading souls, and after a year or so, um, I started receiving clients with cosmic memories. Before it was just memories from this earth, like past lives and family lines and so on. But then people started talking about remembering cosmic wars and not really understanding what happened, why do they have those flashbacks and so on. So at the beginning, I was a little bit worried myself if I'm heading in the right direction, but more and more clients were coming with this topic. So that's why I'm here today to talk about cosmic stuff.
Yeah, I love all the cosmic stuff. We get a real mix of people on this podcast, but I'm always very, very excited when people start talking about cosmic stuff because that's what we do as well. So interesting how you had like a relatively like normal job in IT to do this. So how did you discover that you had this gift?
So I was doing something spiritual since I was 15 or 14. I started doing angel cards and Reiki and all the books from Hay House and so on. So I think I had pretty similar journey to everyone who discovered spirituality in 90s.
Mm,
But alongside, I had traditional education. I wanted to be rock star, so I traveled to United States, and then after graduation, I knew that I have to have normal job in order to pay my bills. So luckily, I got quite nice job in IT where we were supported to be growing personally too. So along this job, when lockdown striked, I was asking myself, okay, what is my purpose here? And I didn't know. I didn't have this dream that I would be a spiritual practitioner myself. But it felt like um, challenge from
ah,
universe. Yeah, this is my little
oh.
alien. She's my little lady Yoda.
Oh, I get so distracted by animals. Show me again, sorry. Oh, she's so beautiful. The way she looks at you as well.
Yeah, she likes to participate on calls. So
Yeah, I have two cats, black cats, and usually you get a tail or a butt or a face or they kick the camera over. But yeah, I'm all about animals being in the podcast, so that's cool.
Wow. Thank you. So yes, I think that the journey was before it was quite traditional, and as well as for many star seeds, I had pretty challenging childhood, so I had to heal myself from a lot of depression and anxiety. So my heart was already opened and full of healing energy because I had to help myself for many times. So I guess going from healing myself to channeling healing energy for the others, it was not that many steps.
Mm,
So that's,
yeah.
yeah.
And so when did you first start connecting with your cosmic team and kind of people always ask me like what it feels like. How do you receive the information from your team?
Mm. Well, I think it was several years ago when I started considering reading souls.
Oh,
um, um, I before I talked with them just on by with prayers and trying to receive some messages, but it was never that much. I never really opened to it as much as during the sessions which I gave to my clients, because when I was focused on somebody else, I had this strong intention, okay, I am here to help this person, I am here to help them connect with their soul. So this intention actually helped me to connect with my team as well. And then I started receiving light codes and light language, and by then I didn't care anymore if I will be judged for it or no. I just simply released light language videos to my Facebook, and people started connecting to my practice on different level, on a whole new level. And I felt my community started growing really fast, and I felt a need to not to just think about what I will channel next, but to really ask my light team, okay, what would be the best and highest truth and highest love for this community? How can I really be of service? So that was when I really opened to the communication.
I love that. And I always say that to people, the best, absolute best way of connecting with any kind of being above the third dimension is to be of service. So I did something similar. I always tell people just start with one question a day. What can I do today? And then being of service, just one thing a day. And I love that you have the same kind of path as well. I absolutely love that. So what kind of areas are you really helping your clients with at the moment? Are there any kind of common problems that people are coming to you with?
Yeah, I guess the common problems are usually trying to find a purpose in their life and trying to validate what they already know, because my clients usually have really great intuition about what are their soul gifts, what they would like to do. They already have this connection, they just don't trust it. So
Mm,
I help them see that they already feel and have this connection with their being, with their higher self, with their team. And I just help them recognize what those signals are, how they can feel into this energy, and how they can receive the messages. And usually people come to me when they hit some glass ceiling with not being able to move on with their business or with their relationship, and they try to find the highest truth. They usually ask like, okay, what is really truthful here for me? How should I move on with this? And what my soul, what is the opinion of my soul on that?
mm.
So usually we talk about that, and then I
Oh.
help them release the blockages with light language, and that's it.
I love that. Yeah, we use light language in our work as well, so I love that you do. So you also teach people how to connect with their light language as well, don't you?
Yes, yes, I help them activate their dialect and their soul light language, and also I have some group light language sessions where people can talk to each other in light language, and they can practice their codes. And it's amazing because it's not so long ago since I myself started talking, and I didn't really trust it. I was really worried what my people say when I really must start teaching them and activating them. But I feel that this is actually happening outside of my mind, my ego. I feel led by something higher than myself to help people activate that. So I believe this is actually their request to be activated. So it helps a lot.
Yeah. I love how your dog is talking along as well. She's
Yes.
really a talker, is it? Look at her. Oh my goodness, she's like in awe of you.
Yeah.
You are like her protector. Look at that. Oh
Yes.
my goodness. She's so gorgeous. Um, yeah, so how can people like work with you? What does it look like to work with you when someone comes in?
So usually we talk about their topic, what they come with. They have some questions about their job or marriage or children and about their soul purpose. Some of them feel relieved that they can talk about cosmic wars, and galactic heritage and uh, their light team and getting strange visions. So we usually start talking about what they are experiencing now in 3D world, what is happening for them on everyday life. And then I connect not directly with their soul, but I go first to creator of all that is. I go to the highest plane and ask for guidance, uh, for the highest truth and highest love. And through this energy, through this highest love, I receive information about if this is more about past lives or family lines, or where should we go with the question with the soul. um, so then I start receiving information, and if I name it in the most truthful and vulnerable possible way, then people usually feel like they are connecting with this part of themselves, which I would call their soul. Sorry. And they I think this process helps them feel validated and seen. Sorry.
Okay.
It's truth.
Yeah.
and so I'm not technically connecting to the soul itself, but through the creator of all that is, through divine energy. I receive the messages through this filter. I must say, because otherwise my head would be talking all the time and interrupting the process. So I try to become this pure river of information, which is about relationship between the person and their soul, basically.
Yeah, I understand that beautifully. Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. And what kind of results are you seeing people getting from working with you?
Um, I think that the most beautiful results are opening the horizons and opening to the field of possibilities. Usually, when people feel judged or stuck in some situation in their life, for example, when they feel like they cannot leave their job because they are not good enough, or they don't trust their intuition, and they feel like they want to become energy workers, but for some reason they don't feel entitled, or they feel like they don't have right to really start their business in that field. I help them see what is their purpose, why they are actually here. Because the message from the soul is always loving and compassionate, never judging. Even if they stay in some toxic relationship for way too long, there is no judgment. There is just gentle nudge. Hey, it's time to really stand up for yourself. um, I think the greatest result is that they see themselves in a better light,
Mm,
and it makes them feel stronger and more loving towards themselves, and it helps them make kinder choices. So I think one of the most beautiful results was uh, one of ladies which couldn't have a child for many years, and she tried with many other healing modalities. It wasn't just soul reading. And we actually found the fear from one of her past lives, where she lost her child due to becoming queen, or somebody important back then at the times. So she had this innate belief that I have to choose between my business, my career, and being a mother. And I can see it in for so many people, or many women here who are becoming successful and who are using their body intuition, building their business, that at one pivotal moment they feel I have to choose between
mm,
big family and big business. So I guess the most beautiful result was opening to possibilities that yes, I can have all of it. And she actually managed, she has a baby now, and she is much more productive than before, because her baby helped her open up to completely new space, new way of possibilities, new intuition, and new way of seeing herself. So it actually made her stronger, if I might say. um, and yes, that's just one of many examples when the soul helps you connect more parts of you and makes you feel more complete.
mm. I love that. What beautiful work that you did there with her to give her such amazing reflections on herself, and also gave her what she wanted and more. Like, That's just like such a beautiful result, isn't it? Like there is a lot of in our industry, it's all about getting like a particular result, but we understand like healing comes through with so many benefits, doesn't it? And so many things, and it's difficult sometimes to quantify everything that you do for somebody. It's beautiful that result. I love that. Um, so what are your plans for this year? Like what exciting things have you got planned for your clients this year?
Um, so last year we were talking a lot about Lemuria and Atlantis, and I went to Philippines to explore the energy of the land. And this year I feel really drawn to Liran energy, to Lira and stories from there. So I feel led to channel more information from Galactic Wars on Lyra, and also understanding the divine feminine energy, which we can receive from that. So I I have a feeling that Lyra is like Lemurian energy on steroids. That it's this energy of really divine, feminine, spiritual connection with nature, but also really, really kind, compassionate heart connection between our hearts and our wombs. And for masculine bodies, it would be more about opening their hearts to their spiritual self and to divine feminine within them. Um, so this is what I feel to be led to now, but I never know. I when I finish the course, usually there is something else popping up. And for me personally, it would be channeling more light language songs, which is my greatest love now.
Oh wow, would you channel something here for us now?
Oh, that's
Sorry,
okay.
if I put you on the spot, no's okay, but I just love listening. I've got a really rubbish singing voice, but I do channel light language, but I wouldn't sing ever. Well, actually, that's a lie, they say. My team says don't lie. I sing a lot, like I
Uh-huh.
love singing, but my singing voice is horrible. It's dreadful.
Uh,
I
I
love it though.
but I believe that this, the judgment of us that our voice is horrible is actually the greatest stopper of our light
Oh,
language singing.
oh no, it is really terrible, honestly. I mean, I could give you, honestly, it's not judging. I've done it in front of a lot of people and they're like, oh, actually, no, I don't. But I just kind of find it funny, but I love listening to light language because in my head, I had quite a lot of live in Mintaka in Waterworld, right? So in my
See?
head, I can still hear a lot of the Mintaka sound, the sounds that
Ah,
we used to use, like the songs, the callings, the transmutation songs we used to use. I can still hear them a lot, but if I try to produce them out my mouth with what I've got here in 3D, it doesn't sound the same. So,
yeah. Yeah, and I spent like 10 years trying to improve my voice. So before I even became channel, so I had a lot of judgment about my voice too. And I think it's one of the greatest skill to really be able to catch the divine vibration with your voice, because even with just saying light language, it requires really open heart to both say it out loud and be in tune with divine energy. So um, I think you are doing a great job already. So uh, I okay, I can try sing something from Lemuria, which I heard so
yeah,
much
I
from
love
Philippines.
this.
Okay, so I'm asking for a connection with the highest truth and the highest love of Creator of all that is. And may all those light codes which are coming through me bring you love and connection with who you truly are, if you choose it. Samenaro antes Yakoa, Kerearo antes Sai, Se amano Kea, Re
That's amazing. That's so beautiful. You took me back to a world where I used to have a life, one that looks like the scene out of Avatar.
Yeah, it was exactly the feeling I was getting when I was channeling the song.
Oh, really? Oh, that's beautiful. That's amazing. That didn't even sound like it was you.
Um, really, yeah, I get that a lot. Even when I tune into this higher realm, I usually try to channel as high energy as possible, like the divine energy, and it sounds completely different from my 3D self. So
Yeah, it does. Even your accent, you don't even sing with the same accent. It's really, truly incredible. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me. It's my greatest joy. I hope it
Oh,
will
wow.
be. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
be with the light language rock star one day.
Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about that a lot. I've got a friend of the family who's a producer, and I had
Mhm.
this idea recently, like how powerful it will be. I'm not a big believer in like pop culture. I think a lot of the songs nowadays have a lot of sinister language and tones and stuff that I don't ever listen to pop music. I listen to like old stuff or orchestra or opera or those type of things. But how amazing would it be to create this amazing new genre of music with light language in it as well?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I used to be a singer-songwriter here in Czech Republic, and my our songs were popular to the point where I felt like, okay, this is the top where I can go with my music here in my country, and then the inspiration just stopped. And it came back only when I started channeling light language, which was very confusing for me because it took like 3 years before stopping and coming back. And but I'm using the same producer now when I channel light language song. The guy who is helping me with music is still as kind as as before, and it's just such I feel that for many singers who are struggling with it as well, finding their true voice, light
Mm.
language can be the journey ahead, because when I sing light language in the studio, it just feels so right. It feels like, yes, exactly. My soul is like, oh, finally, I am here. I'm doing what I wanted.
Yeah. Wow, isn't it funny though that you've gone through this whole journey where you've been like a singer-songwriter and then you're at IT in IT, which is a million miles away from what you're doing now, obviously. I was in tax as well, by the way, so what I do
Oh.
now is a million miles away. It's so bizarre, isn't it? And now, like you said, your soul is like, oh my gosh, yes. And I mean, just tell people what it feels like to be able to do the work that you do. Like for you personally, what does it feel to you?
Mm. Oh, well, when I started reading souls, I felt like I can only receive as much information as I open my heart. So it didn't feel like listening to the voice of the soul. It felt like my heart was actually pulling the muscle to be able to receive the information. So over the months and years I am reading souls, I felt like my heart just expanded to the great level. Because every time we got stuck in some past life or family line, everywhere where me and my client went into some really heavy situation, what always helped us to go or to release the energy was opening the heart to God, basically to divine energy.
Mm.
um, and it always required to make more space in my heart.
Mm.
So I think that the greatest outcome from my new career is that I can really feel much more love in my heart towards myself, towards my family, towards everything, and I allow universe to give me, which before I was more like doer. I was trying to do everything with strategy and there was a lot of struggle involved. Even with music, there was so much struggle, and I felt so neglected or rejected all the time, even with guys in my dating life and everything. But when I started opening my heart to this divine, beautiful energy, I started feeling like I can actually receive and let universe help me to do my stuff, to co-create. And everything just started to feel lighter and easier. Not that there wouldn't be any more challenges, that actually were much greater challenges afterwards, but I could feel like I am not alone in it anymore.
Mm, yeah, that's beautiful. And yeah, I always talk about challenges because I think that people just assume that when you get to a certain stage or level or, stage in your journey, that you don't actually get challenges or lessons, but you do. They're just different ones, right?
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is you actually become really grateful for them and you're able to move through them a lot quicker than what you did when you were stuck in your trauma. So a lot of us have been through a lot of trauma, right? To just be here today. And I don't know whether you see that in your work. I don't know what kind of people you work with, but we tend to work with people who have already been through quite a lot of the heavy lifting rather than people really stuck in their trauma. Because it's really difficult, isn't it, to work with someone who can't see the wood through the trees, as they say. So I don't know who your ideal kind of person is. Maybe explain about them because I feel like there's going to be quite a few people that will really connect with your energy.
Mhm. Well, I must admit that I work best with people who are already like 50 to 70% through their stuff, if there is
Yeah.
a stage like this, because I myself started healing my depression when I was 15, which is almost 19 years ago. So I already did a lot, like so many layers of my inner no, stuff. There was so many of that, and I can see through many layers. And sometimes when I work with big, like complete beginners who are just starting with their soul journey and trying to understand how their inner world works, it might be too much for them. The light codes, the asking them, hey, just connect with the higher energy, they might be like, I don't feel anything or don't see anything. So I feel that I can be the most of service for people who are already on some journey of mentorship or energy healing or spiritual journey for some time, and they just want to break that other ceiling of becoming the greater version of themselves. Especially if they are in deep connection with the source, if they are on this way of I want to connect more with the energy I feel as divine in my heart. I think I am the in the most service there because I also have strong connection with divine energy as I feel it. So yes, that would be
Uh,
it.
I love that. I love that, Veronica. So you've also got a course as well, right? An online course, the Starseed Awakening Journey. Do you want to just explain a little bit about what that is? And
Yeah, so this course is designed for for people who are on their soul journey for some time, and they feel like they are drawn to cosmic stories, to the energy of light language, to the energy of nature, crystals and water and so on, basically, and great starseed stuff. This course is actually, I think it's 21 videos with light language touching different topics of your life. As we mentioned, the light language is energy of purest love and highest love. So it helps you release the old stuff and upgrade your system to who you truly are, to your essence, to your divine self, to activate your light body. So in this course, I go through like activating your light body and releasing negative beliefs around relationships and money and everything. And great thing about light language is that it always brings you home to you. It doesn't lead you anywhere to any outside modality or yeah, it basically brings you to more of yourself.
Mm.
So it's basically creating and activating video course, and
That
that's
sounds beautiful. I love that you're using light language as well. We use light language as our kind of modality because a message that came through from my team last year and when I set up this podcast was that we're going to be using a lot more stories and we're going to be activating people. So, all the kind of modalities that we have around Reiki and hypnotherapy, although they had some potency in the 3D world, as we're evolving to cosmic beings, we need better tools. And that's going to be within stories and also with light language as well. So I love speaking to other people who are, creating these new pathways for these new beings to come through and evolve. So I love that. And what about hang on, I'm just gonna check in with my team. They wanted to ask a question. Yeah, they want to ask you a question about what messages you're bringing through or what messages your team are sharing with you right now, like for the collective.
yeah. Okay, so give me 2 seconds. I will reconnect. So I'm asking Creator of Oddities to kindly connect me through the highest truth and highest love. Okay. So what they are saying is that each of us has a diamond inside, and this diamond is our unique blueprint of our gifts and the gifts we are bringing to this world. And we might not know about it, or we might not be sure what that diamond is, but it's definitely there. And what can help you to reach this diamond, to understand how beautiful gift you are for this world, is to find out where your inner diamond might be. For some, it can be directly within your heart, for some within your womb. Somewhere in your body there is this beautiful energy which waits to be discovered and to be enhanced and taken to light of this world. So you can imagine that your inner diamond is surrounded with divine love, that it's being loved and appreciated, and it's being called out to be seen and appreciated outside as well. Ta-da!
Beautiful. I love how you go into yourself. That's very, very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I always, now it's double translation because I'm trying to translate from divine energy and to English. So
Yeah.
I hope it came through smoothly.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, I always say that to people. I always say to my team, you have to speak in human words because yeah, you're trying to translate an energy, and I love that you have that as well. Because sometimes I really struggle with human words. I'm like, this is new to me. This is my first life here. I'm so new. I don't know what I'm doing with this human stuff. So yeah, I love that you have that problem as well. And yeah, English isn't your native language, so that's just incredible that you're translating twice.
Thank you. Thank
Love
you.
that, Veronica. What an amazing being you are. So, where can people find you if they want to find more about you or work with you?
Yeah, I think the best and easiest way is my YouTube channel, which is called Veronika Soul Reader, where I have language songs, light language songs, and I have also some videos in English explaining how soul reading works and how people can connect with their soul. And if you like it over there, you will find the website link and everything else inside the channel. And so I think it's the easiest way.
Yeah, that sounds beautiful. Well, what we'll do anyway, Veronica, is we will include a link into this podcast so people can find you easily. Okay, and we'll share it on our Facebook and our social media and whatnot so people will be able to see you. And that channeling was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing the singing. Maybe I should go back to the singing my team is saying, but they're also laughing at me as well because they know how much joy singing brings me, but I also know other people's reaction to that. It kind of makes me laugh, but I understand. But hey ho. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for our listeners and our watchers and our readers. So what I'll do, Veronica, is I'll press stop and then we'll have a quick chat.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.